For 5 days, I pushed my cat around in a pram because it had sprained 3 of its ankles.
David's team.
OK, the 2 key questions here. How did it sprain 3 of its ankles, and why was it necessary for it to be so mobile during its recovery period?
OK, I'll address those. One of my children, my eldest boy, didn't throw a tyre at it, but threw a car tyre, and it hit the cat.
He threw the tyre recreationally, and the cat got in the way. How did one ankle survive?
Luckily, he was scratching his head at the time.
OK, so the tyre hits the cat.
Yes.
75% of the cat's ankles are, did you say sprained?
Well, they were bruised, and we were told that he mustn't walk.
So you were told he mustn't walk, but he needed still to travel.
Of course he did, yes. It was my younger boy's buggy we put him in.
Right.
Because you could strap him in.
You could strap the cat into the buggy?
Yeah.
How did you strap the cat into the buggy?
Using the straps, and the only journey he had to make was to the litter tray. So we just used to take him from the front room round to the litter tray.
Strap him in. Strap him in.
Tip him in.
Why didn't you just carry him?
No, because he had these bandages round his legs, but he would insist on trying to walk, which we knew would make his ankles worse.
You couldn't stop him walking, but he would consent to be strapped into a buggy.
It's not really when it comes to pets, it's not really a matter of consent, David.
Never use the phrase, when it comes to pets, it's not a matter of consent. You can get into all sorts of problems with that one.
Tell us more about this cat. What was its name?
Its name was Goodmonson. It was a...
What?
Never ask Bob the name of anything in the story, and we learn nothing.
His name's Goodmonson.
Goodmonson. Monson, as in the word monsoon, with an O missing.
Yes. Right. Goodmonson. His name's Goodmonson. He's a tabby oriental.
Why Goodmonson? Why?
My youngest son named him Goodmonson.
All right, David, what are you thinking?
What do you think?
Oh, he's lying.
You think he's lying?
Yep, lying.
You think he's a... Well, this is a superb moment. I have unanimity from the team, so let's say...
You're saying it's a lie.
We'll say it's a lie.
Bob Goodmonson, truth or lie?
I am telling a lie.
Oh, superb! We got a point! We got a point!
I used to have a job in a safari park gift shop and regularly shared my bed with a lion cub.
Lee Mack's team.
What year was this? Or what rough year? I don't need the exact year.
Is that your opening question, Lee? What year was this? I don't need the exact year.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass Karen in case you said, you know, it was when I was 18 in 1642. I'm just saying, give me the decade.
It was in the mid-70s.
So mid-70s, and you worked in a safari park?
I worked in a safari park gift shop.
Which safari park?
Windsor. Yeah, I lived in the safari park at the time. I lived in the safari park at the time.
You did?
With my sister.
But how could you live in...
And she's human.
She had a house in the safari park.
Is it because she was connected with the safari park?
Yes,
Did they build round her? Did she buy it when it was just in a field? And then one morning she was lying there and she heard this.
She lived in the safari park with her husband,
Yeah.
who
Has he got a
worked
name?
with the animals.
Has he got a name, the husband?
Francis.
Right.
He would bring home the little babies who'd been rejected by their mothers.
Don't, you're going to make me go.
So I went there one summer and there was a penguin in the bath and a lion cub in my bed. So I slept with a lion cub for the summer.
Carol, nothing happened, did it?
It did. No, it did.
Oh, God.
No, it only happened when my mum came down from Wales. And she walked into the bedroom and screamed.
I bet
as
she did.
saw me in bed with a lion cub.
How big is the cub? Are we talking, like, very young? Or...
Well, when I got there, it was that big.
Oh, yeah. It was that big by the time she'd finished. Did you sleep with any other animals while you were there?
Yeah,
a genuine question.
No, I had a bath with a penguin.
You didn't.
Obviously. Was he in the bath and you got in unsolicited, or...?
No, he was in the bath.
He was already in there.
cold water.
Right.
So I had to get the penguin out of the cold water. And
Did
put
you
him in the
pick up that penguin?
So what are you thinking, Lee?
I don't know. What do we think?
I think it could be true.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, but she's so convincing.
When you say...
I wish she was on our team.
You're not...
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Truth or a lie?
You're
I
saying...
think it's true.
True. You're saying...
Oh, I'll go true. I'm malleable. Yeah, true.
You're saying true?
Yeah, true.
OK. Carol Vorderman. Lion cub in the bed. Truth or lie?
True.
Wow!
Yes, it's true. Carol did used to share her bed with a lion cub.
A quick technique I often use to determine if someone has singing potential is to get them to sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if they are frightened.
David.
Is it? As if they are frightened?
Yes.
And what is it about that tells you anything?
It's to determine whether they can perform.
But
Not just to sing, but whether they can take it to the
Look
next level.
terrified while singing, because that's the key skill needed in a choir.
Yeah, no, it's more about them. You know, it might be that I want them to get under the skin of a piece of music that I'm going to do later. So I want to see whether they've got what it takes emotionally to connect with the song, even if it is Bar Bar Black Sheep.
Is that one of your favourites, Bar Bar Black Sheep?
Well, it's a very good tune.
Well, look, the talk is cheap. Let's see some of that, and I use this phrase advisedly, Malone magic in action.
Greg, could you sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if you were frightened, please?
Fine, I'm an incredibly versatile actor. Let's go. Frightened?
Frightened.
OK.
Oh.
Black sheep, have you anyone? Science.
Yes, sir.
3 bags full.
Are you being Barry, Robin, or Morris? I can't quite tell.
I think we've established that he's got potential, and the important thing is...
Give me another emotion, Gareth.
No, well, it's... But that's...
Yeah, I know, but give me another one. Just...
Well, all right. Sexual joy.
Hang on a minute. Have you
Can I do the frightened one?
Oh, you want to do that?
I don't get to look someone in the eye very often.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see, is there anybody here, do you think, who perhaps doesn't like singing, who might be sat in between... Who might be in between his teammates now thinking, oh, I do hope they don't come to me. Is there anyone?
Why don't we ask David to...
Oh, OK, all right.
Could you perhaps sing Bar Bar Black
Bar
Sheep?
Bar Black Sheep, like I'm
That's it.
very frightened.
Go on, David.
OK. Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you anyone? Yes, sir, yes, sir. 3 bags full.
You know that Gareth didn't want you to sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if you were a sheep, don't you?
But what do you ascertain from what he's just done?
Well, I mean, he can sing in tune and... in the broadest sense. Yeah, and making people feel comfortable and, you know, let's not start with the Mozart Requiem. Let's start with Bar Bar Black Sheep as if frightened.
So, what are you thinking of this claim of Gareth's?
I think it's true. Also, you have got to have a thing, if you're auditioning lots of people, you can't think about it with each one. You've got to have a thing you ask everyone to do.
Yeah.
So I think we think
I think we're saying it's true.
I think it's true. OK, Gareth Malone, truth or lie?
It is... a lie.
I once found a steak pie down my trousers.
David's team.
No further questions.
Was it hot or cold?
By the time I found it, it was body temperature. You know, it just air.
From which direction had it reached body temperature? From piping hot downwards or from cold upwards?
I think it had gone from room temperature to my body temperature. I was actually sitting on the tube, and I realised that there was a steak pie in my trousers.
Which line were you on?
Actually, you know, it wasn't the London tube. It was the Glasgow Underground, actually. More specifically.
So you're sitting there.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It was morning. I was on my way home, and I felt uncomfortable, and I put my hand down the
So
back
it's
of my...
early morning, you're on way home from some sort of party?
I was a student, and I think that answers all of the questions.
Were you drunk?
I was not drunk at the time, just because I was in Glasgow. No. I wasn't
No,
drunk
because
at the
you're
time.
Irish.
Yeah.
That takes the curse off it, right?
I surmise what had happened was I had fallen asleep in someone else's living room, and somebody thought it would be funny to put a steak pie, not just in my trousers, actually in my pants.
It was in your pants?
Yes.
Was it at the front, back,
it was
or side?
I would say what has happened is I've fallen asleep face down, and it has been shoved down the back.
It was down the
But
back.
I tell you, whoever it was made an effort. They pushed it. It had become...
It was down in the gusset.
Yeah. In fairness, I don't think they were really my friends. I sort of inveigled my way back into somebody's house without really having been invited. You know, there was a group of people going back, and I think I wasn't entirely a welcome addition to the evening.
So you wake up in the flat.
Yes.
You've been asleep face down.
Yes.
So you've not yet felt the effects of the pie.
That's right.
You stand up.
Yes.
You
Still
don't-
not aware of it.
You don't feel that there's something extra.
No. You're talking about a man who's already carrying quite a lot of weight down there.
Right. OK, so it's only added maybe 2-3% to the general wealth of matter.
Yes.
And then you walk, presumably, from this flat to this underground station.
Yeah.
You don't notice on that walk that there's something
No.
not
I may
part
well.
of you.
For all I know, at that, I have been shedding pie crust like something from The Great Escape.
Wasn't it smelling? Were you not like walking along constantly going, there's a Greggs everywhere around here?
So then you get on the train. What point do you notice the pie?
You know, it's only a 8-minute journey then to my stop. So at some point there, it's only then while sitting down.
At some point? It's not the moment you sat down on a pie.
No, it definitely...
That wasn't the time.
No.
It just, you gradually became aware.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. It was you've got a pie in your pants.
David, even if you don't believe it, you don't need to be angry about it.
I'm trying to break it. What sort of pants were you wearing? If that's not too sexy a question.
I don't want to sound like I'm making things up, but I don't remember exactly what...
You don't remember what pants you found a pie in? That's not a mental image that stayed with you.
Well,
the type of pants from which the pie emerged.
No, because...
I would remember that.
They didn't emerge. I was sitting on the underground, and I went... And I just sort of... I put my hand down and...
Oh, can you imagine the face of the person opposite? Especially on this.
I started eating it,
So what are you going to say, David? Which way?
I think it's full of plausible detail, such as they didn't want you at the party.
We think it's true that he did have a pie in his pants.
OK, Ed, was it the truth, or were you telling us a lie?
To my eternal shame, it is true.
Yes, I'm afraid that was true. Ed did once find a steak pie down his trousers.
If my wife and I are having a row, to help us think more rationally, we go into separate rooms and continue the argument over Skype.
I should say, before we kick off here, if anybody in Wales is watching, Skype is it's a sort of telephone call with pictures. David.
Adam, where did this idea come from?
Well, it first started when we were not in the same physical space. Well, like, we weren't in the same house. We were
on Skype already.
We were on Skype. We were in different countries, and we were having quite a difficult conversation that I was anticipating was going to get out of hand, and I was surprised by the fact that Skype enabled us to stay relatively calm.
What was the difficult situation?
I was going to ask
Did it go along the lines of, what's that person doing in the background?
So what was the last row you had that required Skype's intervention?
Well, I mean, this is kind of personal.
You brought it up, mate.
I mean, it was sparked off by drawers being left open.
Oh.
I mean, I was very irritated because it was something that I pointed out a number of times, and I was disappointed to see that the conversation.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Disappointed. I was very disappointed to see that the tip that I had given about keeping the drawers closed, especially the ones at a low level, so I don't bark my shins. Is that really unreasonable? I was disappointed to see that that chat hadn't been actioned.
So how do you go from arguing?
Yeah.
Which one of you will then say, OK, whoa, time out. Let's.
I mean, that's enough to start a divorce. Someone goes, OK, time out. Right, that's it.
I do that with my wife when we're having an hour. I go, make us a cup of tea. that doesn't help. Just a tip for you.
Who makes that decision? How does it move on to the Skype stage?
Yeah, I'm the one who makes the decision, because originally I thought that it would be a sort of funny way of diffusing some tension.
Is this a system you could see yourself implementing, David?
No.
You and Mrs. Mitchell, perhaps, if tempers are ever, heaven forbid, raised?
Well, I think it wouldn't work for us because I think we find computers more annoying than each other.
So, David, what are you thinking? Has Adam been telling the truth?
What do you think, Kirsty?
I think it's really, really possible.
What do you think?
He does like computers, doesn't he? Look at him.
I've got one last question.
Come on, then.
All right.
The first time you had the row in real life, and you had in the back of your mind that maybe if you could get onto Skype, the row would be diffused. Was that not, to your wife, an incredibly annoying suggestion?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I would have thought that the de-escalating effects of Skype would be overwhelmed by the escalating effect of suggesting Skype.
It's heavy going, isn't it?
It is heavy going.
It's very heavy going, that one.
8 years of this.
Get to the point!
Get to the point is not an exhortation you can fairly make during a parlour game. There is no point. This is a pointless exercise. We are whiling away our finite time before the grave.
What are you going to say? Truth or lie?
I think it's the truth.
I'm now thinking it's so weird it's true.
OK, my team says true. I'm certainly not sure either way, so I couldn't overrule them.
So it's true.
So we're saying
You're
it's
saying
true.
Right, OK,
Yeah.
OK. Adam Buxton, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
Skype conducted arguments, that is a lie.
Oh, brilliant!
Yes, it was a lie all along. Adam and his wife don't go into separate rooms to argue over Skype.
I find nothing more relaxing than making scented candles.
Please, team, what do you think?
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing this for about
24 seconds?
No. I've been doing this for about 2 years.
What started you off? What happened 2 years ago that you were so stressed this is what you took to?
I had a friend of mine from Birmingham was working in London during the week, and he came and he said, "Oh, I've been making candles." And I went,
Yeah, your regular brummy start of conversation.
He said,
Dadrian, yeah, I've just been making the candles. What are you doing?
It was something like that, actually. He said there was a little shop near me in West London where you can get all the candle-making stuff, and he told me how to do it, and that sounds relatively simple. I've never been able to do anything practical, anything arty or crafty. I thought, perhaps this is the one poxy little thing I could do.
I've genuinely never... How do you make a candle? What does it come in?
Shall I tell him?
Do you know?
Yes.
Do me a favour. Don't tell him.
What you do is this. You get a glass, say, any glass, and then you melt your wax. And obviously it's come solid. You melt it very gently in a saucepan. So it's
Where do you buy wax?
Liquid.
Where
From a
would I
candle-making
go?
shop. From a
Well,
candle-making
I've never
shop.
seen any candle-making
Neither
shops.
had I. Neither had I. And I live
I've
half a
seen
mile
one.
from
There's
it.
one just down the road, just near the butchers and the bakers. I've seen one of those.
Oh, that's the candlestick maker.
Is that different?
Obviously. They make candlesticks.
What's
not
the difference between a
candles.
candlestick and a candle? You've not been a candle... a candlestick isn't something you... That's not a candle, you know...
That's
It's a candle holder.
A candlestick.
A candlestick is the thing you put the candle in.
No.
You
Yes,
idiot.
yes,
A candlestick is a stick-shaped candle.
No, it's not.
I've always assumed that the candlestick maker was basically just the candle maker, but they put the stick in for scansion.
No, I think the candlestick refers to the stick. What?
So you think that's the man? That's not the man that makes the butcher for everyday meat, baker, everyday bread, and the candlestick maker for not the candles. You have to go out of town to get them, but for the things you put the receptacles.
The opposite.
For the candle.
I'm saying he makes the candles that are in the shape of a stick.
Oh, I'm with you.
He's saying
Yes,
the candlestick
candelabra.
refers to the candelabra, the actual thing that you put the candle in.
Candelabra is separate to a candlestick.
What is a candlestick?
A candlestick is a single stick you put a candle in.
We've all had our say. Let's refer to the expert. June, is a candlestick the candle or the thing you put the candle in?
I'm afraid it's the thing you put the candle in.
Stick.
Damn it! Get me Barbara Windsor!
Anyway, Adrian, you were saying.
Yes. So you melt the wax, and then you basically stick your wick. Look, you stick your wick at the bottom of the jar, and then the wick sticks up. You might have to just hold the end of it just to keep it stiff. Then, I'm not making this up, honestly. Then, right, you've got your wax, and you've put your scent and your colour in the wax by this time, and then you just pour it into the cup, and just to as high as you want it, and then you let go, and the wick stays where it is. Then, and then you just got to let it cool down.
Right, now we know the process. June, is that how you make a candle?
I don't know.
I do.
I'm not going to go with this as being the truth just because he explained it, because if it's a lie, I reckon he could have pretty much worked out, you melt the wax, add a bit of string and it goes hard.
No, but all those things like holding it and knowing those things, how would Adrian Childs know that otherwise?
He did used to present the One Show. Coming up next, we've got a fascinating feature on the candles. So what do you think, truth or lie?
What do we think?
I think truth.
You think it's true?
Yeah, I think true.
I don't think so. I think it's a lie. But don't take my word for it.
I'm going to go with whatever you say.
Oh, don't.
I'm not putting any pressure on you. But whatever you say, I will say.
Just go 1, 2, 3 and say something.
OK, you're saying true.
2, 3, true.
True.
True. I've never been very good with timing, sorry.
No, it's always a lie, but never mind.
What? I was about to say true. I was about to say true. We're going to go with lie. I trust you.
You're going to say lie. OK, Adrian Childs, candle maker. Truth or lie?
It is true.
I knew it.
Yes, it's true. Adrian does find making scented candles relaxing. It is David.
As a child, I was scared of the sun.
What age?
I think this would probably be when I was 4, 5, 6, 7... that sort of age. When I was 4,567. I was still in my infancy as a god.
What was it about the sun that you found frightening?
It was looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just go out at night or something? You never went out during the day?
No, I did go out during the day, but I would sort of obsessively keep my eyes towards the ground.
Right.
The problem was that someone used the phrase, if you look at the sun, you will go blind.
Funny enough, exactly the same advice for me as well, but it was page 3 of The Sun. So you would still go out, but you would avoid it anyway.
And then, occasionally you sort of turn your head and the sun goes through your vision, and it can create that slight, when you blink, you can still see.
And you thought that was burning.
And I thought, right, well, what's that? Is that the beginning of the great eternal darkness?
Yeah. You really had a happy childhood, didn't you? Then? We were all then on our rally grifters, and you were thinking about the eternal darkness.
Did anything else scare you as a child?
Oh, yes, most things.
What else scared you?
Well, the trouble is that some children are timorous and some children are reckless.
Yeah, and Sagittarius.
And in order... But in order to save the lives of reckless children, warnings are calibrated for their safety, the result of which is that the timorous live in a state of perpetual terror. What I needed to be told is, most days you won't die, it's fine. I wasn't ever going to tear across a 3-lane motorway.
Right.
The very existence of a 3-lane motorway in the same postcode as me made me not want to leave the house.
And presumably you would wait for about 3 weeks before swimming after a meal.
No, and having an ice cream in the afternoon and then thinking, right, well, I should probably not swim for the rest of the holiday. And then someone says, when I was an adult, you don't have to wait at all. It's all a myth. You can swim and eat.
Did you? While looking into the sun.
So what are we thinking?
Adam?
I'm thinking true fact.
I'm going truth.
So you're saying it's the truth?
Yeah.
Go on, we'll say it's true.
You're going to say that it's true. OK. David, truth or lie?
It is true.
It's a whole woman's story.
Yes, it's true. As a child, David was scared of the sun.
Oh.
It's Amanda.
I spent years making sure I didn't step on my imaginary pet rabbit. When I finally got a real rabbit, I did just that with disastrous consequences.
Greg's team.
What was his name or her name?
Brian or Henry, I can't remember, because it was a long time ago.
Did you have more than one imaginary rabbit then?
No, it was just one, Greg, come on.
It's a great... Where did the rabbit live? Was he in a hutch in the garden, or was he one of those rabbits that's allowed to romp through the house?
He was on the bottom step of the stairs.
The imaginary rabbit lived on the bottom step of the stairs?
Of the stairs.
And where did you step on the real rabbit?
I was in the garden, and we used to let my pet rabbit run around. It was snowing, so there was white everywhere, and he was a black rabbit, and I used to run around with him, and he ran under my foot, and I trod on him.
In the snow?
Yeah, and he died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why are you laughing?
Did stuff come out of his mouth?
Oh. Lee would never have asked that.
No.
I never thought I'd say it, David, but I miss him.
When you got your new rabbit, what was your new rabbit called? The real rabbit? What was,
Elvis.
Elvis? Mm. Do you remember where you were when you heard that Elvis had died?
You've got to ask yourselves this. Does she look like a rabbit killer? Me, I say yes, she does. But does she to you? That's the key thing.
Well, I've got a very firm idea, but
I thought you might.
You had a very firm idea last time, though, didn't you?
I've learnt my lesson. I'm beginning to realise how this programme works. So, Gareth, what's your opinion? I'm genuinely interested.
No, I don't. Do you know what? I don't know.
Oh. Richard?
I think true.
You think true? Mm. OK. I don't think true, based on the not being able to remember the name of her own imaginary friend, but casting vote.
Oh, gosh. All right. OK, I'm going to go true.
Then, against my better judgment, we as a team will say that's quite clearly rubbishly nonsensical story is true.
You say it's true. Amanda, truth or lie?
True.
Yes!
Yeah, it's true.
I can write so well with my right foot that to save time writing Christmas cards, I simultaneously write one card with my hand and one card with my foot.
David's team.
I think we just want to have a demonstration. So can you write one card to Rob and one to me?
All right.
I can think of another time saver, actually, because you can actually get cards where they've already printed Happy Christmas on them for you.
And that's the kind of emotionless man you are. You get them printed when it says, sorry to hear that someone's died, and he's got David. Now,
couple of cards.
Yes. So.
A couple of pens.
Yeah. Now, obviously, it's going to be difficult because my sofa's not as high as this at home. So how the hell do you expect me to sit on there and reach the floor?
Yeah. Why don't you just use Rob's chair?
And then use it on the floor. Good idea. Can I use your chair, Rob?
Yeah, of course.
It'd be a nice treat for you sitting on the big high stool. So, there you go. Hang on, I'll help you up. Just. So we get here. So this is me at home, obviously sat on my own.
I feel like a song now.
At the same time now for us.
Can I just say at school?
Have you ever had one of those days? See you the same time next week. I'm Val Dunican. Goodbye. Set the scene for us, Lee. It's the run-up to Christmas.
It's the run-up to Christmas.
You're at home.
We've left it a bit late.
Yeah.
My wife's saying, oh, we haven't done the Christmas cards again, sweetheart. And I say, fear not, love, because remember my party trick. If I help you, we'll do it 3 times as quick. Because the 3 of us, me, her, and the foot. So, the pen, the red pen for now, will go into thus. OK? So that card will go on the floor there.
Yes.
Like that. And then, wait, Josh, look. And then the other one goes in the hand there. And I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, I have demonstrated it perfectly. I mean, what else is there to do?
Well, write the card. Why don't you try and
We're
write
running out of time, Rob. I think we should wrap it up now.
Why don't you try and write
time, Rob. We're running out of time.
I think you could write...
That's the buzzer. That's the end of the game.
Have I moved to Scotland? Why don't you write me with that one, a lovely Christmas message and a lovely one for David.
So, here we go.
Still, I can see why this is a tremendous time saver.
Off you go, start corresponding.
Now.
Well done. Hey! Well done.
He's doing it. He is doing it. And this one, come on. Oh, the kisses, good. Oh.
Happy Christmas.
All right. Alrighty.
Can I have a look?
This is yours, David. It's a little. If you received that in the post, you'd think someone wanted to kill you, wouldn't you?
I think we're going to go true.
You're going to. So, are you saying it is the truth, or are you saying it is a lie?
No, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It is a lie.
So, Lee, was it the truth, or might it have been a lie?
It was, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee doesn't use his hands and feet to write 2 Christmas cards at the same time.
Once on Christmas Day, I was forced to hitchhike my way home and was picked up by 4 different drivers.
Please do.
Where were you going from and to?
I was going from London down to Hastings.
How old were you?
I was about 17 and a half.
And because nothing was running on Christmas Day, or you were skint?
No, what happened was I was meant to go home on Christmas Eve, but I missed the last train.
So you started your journey in London?
I did.
And how long did it take to get picked up? For the first bit?
Not long, actually. 10 minutes-ish.
And he said...
Would you like to come back and have Christmas lunch with me? I'm very lonely.
Seriously, he said that?
Yeah.
What sort of a man was he?
He was a gay man in his mid-70s.
How far did you go with him? No. I mean, how far on your journey did you go?
I think he drove me about 10 miles, something like that.
So that's the first person.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the second one?
A woman.
Yes.
Who picked me up round about the Eltham area, I think.
I like a euphemism early on in the show. We've all been picked up in the Eltham area, haven't we?
Actually, you're more accurate than you realise. She actually did make a pass at me.
This is two now?
Well, she said, where do you want to go? And I said, down to the coast, please.
Oh, my God. Did she go down to the coast?
Well, what she actually did was she put her arm round my neck and tried to kiss me.
She did. What had led her to believe that this was a possibility? What had happened?
The mistletoe on the wing mirror.
Yeah, she tried to kiss me. I opened the door and got out of the car and ran away.
Ah, so that explains the second story. Right, now get to the third one.
The third guy was deaf.
I'll tell you what, if this turns out to be a lie, you deserve a medal for making this as least plausible as possible en route to the story. But, OK, so he's deaf.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I had to write down where I wanted to go.
And you said Hastings on the card?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He just started driving.
Oh, that's a bit menacing, isn't it?
He didn't look scary.
And who was the fourth?
The fourth was a farmer. He said that he was fed up with his family, so he took me all the way to Hastings.
So he's having a bad day on Christmas Day and decides he'd rather drive you to Hastings.
Well, he said that he told his wife he was going out for a paper. That's the end, really, because he dropped me off where I was going.
Did you invite the man in for a mince pie or something? You know?
No.
You didn't even invite him in?
No. Do you think that's a bit weird?
I don't. I think it's the weirdest bit of the story. He's given you a lift all the way to Hastings on Christmas Day. He's the only one who hasn't made a sexual pass at you. He's been entirely honourable. Just give him a little bit of a mince pie and some brandy butter.
So what do you think? There's a lot of detail in there.
I think it's not true.
Based on?
I think it's got too many characters, like a Tarantino film.
The bit I'm doubting is that wouldn't you just write on a piece of paper Hastings and hope someone's going to Hastings rather than anyone going sort of that way and I'll just keep getting out and getting out?
Have you ever hitchhiked? You sound very idealistic about it all. Well, I'm not getting in a car until I'm going to Hastings. I don't care what day of the year it is. Hastings, no.
Paul does have a point. That's not how it works. You just go a little bit, and then maybe... And that's part of the fun of hitchhiking. It's who you
don't try and pretend to me you've ever hitchhiked. I know you well enough. Getting at the back of a Mercedes once a week is not hitchhiking.
I've seen it in films, though.
So Ray thinks it's true.
It's got to be true.
OK.
Too wacky to be made up.
So you think they're too wacky to be made up, you think they're too wacky to be true?
Yeah, I think she enjoyed making them up.
So what's it going to be, then, Lee?
OK, well, we'll say... be it on your head, Ray, but we'll say it's the truth.
Saying it's the truth. OK, Joe Brand. Truth or lie?
It is... true.
Yeah, it was true. Joe did have to hitchhike home on Christmas Day and was picked up by 4 different drivers.
The police once ordered me to leave town, unspecified, because I was frightening the locals.
David's team, what do you think?
Could you give us some context, Bob?
I'll give you the name of the town. It was Castle Douglas.
Ah. Where is that?
It's southwest Scotland.
And why were you in Castle Douglas?
Was
it a tour or something?
No, it was a long time ago. I was only 17, 18, that kind of age. And...
a numerical age, that kind?
Yeah.
Rather than iron or bronze? That's a different kind of...
I was with 2 friends trying to get as close to the Gulf Stream as I possibly could.
What? What do you mean you wanted to get close to the Gulf Stream?
It seems such an appealing, far-off, miraculous thing, this hot stream of water so near us, that it was hard to believe in it just from the textbooks.
But it's not like a spa. It's a massive flow within the ocean.
Yeah, but
you can't see it.
Well, if you're at the Logan Botanical Gardens...
Well, there's a lovely view of the Gulf Stream.
No, but you can see the effects of the Gulf Stream. You know, it's like a tropical gardens, and so in that way you sense the influence of the Gulf Stream. Well, no, it's extraordinary.
I know all teenagers are absolutely mad on the Gulf Stream. They can't get enough of it and its
flowers. But that was one reason amongst many.
But the police of Castle Douglas don't mind the teenagers who'll flock there to admire the effect of the Gulf Stream. So what was it that you did that put their noses out of joint?
We scared the locals, apparently, because we were wearing very grotesque masks.
Why were you wearing masks? If you're going to gardens, why would you wear a mask?
Ah, well, here's the thing. That's a perfect question.
Yeah. Just before you answer it, have a minute.
we were travelling in a Morris Minor, and we were sleeping in the car. There was three of us. There's me mate Harry Harriman and Steve.
Steve Steveman.
Steve, by the way. He was. Have you just called Steve, by the way?
He was. Steve, by the way. Steve, by the way, as in incidentally.
Yes. Anyway, we had these...
You're wearing these masks?
We're wearing these grotesque...
Why are we wearing these masks?
We're wearing these masks because we didn't have anywhere to sleep and we were sleeping in the car.
Right.
They'd been given us by Harry Harriman's mum, yeah, to keep us warm at night because of the heat generator.
What, grotesque latex masks?
Yes. They were just old men's masks, but they were to keep us warm. Harry Harriman's mum she sold these stuff from home, and she sold another thing which was called a jobble top, yeah, which was a bobble hat that made it into a jumper, and the big bobble was at the back and it buttoned down the front, and that was.
I'm telling you now, right? If this is a lie and they end up saying lie, I will say to you, why did you make it more difficult for yourself? by mentioning the joggle top, or whatever it was called.
Because I'm imagining my sleeping arrangements and think, yes, we had the latex masks on and these giant, like, what they're called jobble tops.
Right. Okay. So, if you're wearing a sleeping mask and you're scaring the locals, like, normally the locals would be in bed when you're going to sleep, and it's dark, and you're in your car and you got a scary mask on. You know.
No, we were just on our daytime drive from Dundee to Castle Douglas.
With masks on.
As we went past
Keep
people,
your faces warm.
we were staring at them with our scary masks.
Why did you not remove... Because I would say, from my experience of sleeping all night in a classic car in a latex mask and a jobble top, you get quite clammy. And so in many ways, it's quite a relief to take the latex mask off for the next day's drive.
Yes, and
not to mention how it helps being able to see where you're going.
Yeah. But then, no, of course, we take the masks off in the morning, but then round about midday, you wanted to put it back on. Yeah.
At what point did the police get involved? Didn't the police get
We
involved?
parked up in Castle Douglas, right next to a shop, because we wanted to get one of their famous Scotch pies. As we came out of the shop, I was grabbed by a policeman, and it was a sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant, by the way? So that's how you got away with it, because you said, don't worry, that's me dad.
Maybe it was.
I'm a sergeant, by the way. I think, Daddy!
So the sergeant,
by the way,
he took me to the police station, and
he arrested you?
Yes, put in a room, and then the sergeant and a plainclothes detective came in.
Plainclothes detective? Oh, yeah. What has you done? CID have now got involved.
And then they said, you're going to have to wait here. We've sent for a specialist from Edinburgh.
and then, as we sat in, it came in and said, right, what's with the funny faces? They said, what's with the funny faces?
So what did you say?
Well, we explained what had happened, that we had these funny faces, that we slept in them, and that we're terribly sorry to have caused any offence.
So presumably then they released you?
Sergeant, by the way, followed us till we were out of the city limits. So that's my story. It's quite a holiday.
What do you think?
I know what I think.
What do you think?
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
That's not what I think. Cian, what do you think?
I'm going to go untrue.
OK, Cian's going untrue. Adil's going true. David?
My initial reaction is it's a lie. Let's say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
Bob Mortimer. Yes? Was that story true? Or was it a lie?
It was true.
No faith in me, that's twice now!
Yes, it was true. The police did order Bob to leave town because he was frightening the locals. It's Lee.
A man from Brazil once taught me a very simple noise you can make that will always stop a fox in its tracks.
David's team.
Can we hear the noise?
I'll be honest with you, it's a very instinctive thing, and without a fox, I'll
be a fox. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Can you do fox not reading a book?
No. They know. They know. They know. You dumb, don't know. Ready? Ready? OK. Come on, Mr. Lee. Come on. Stop me, Mr. Lee. Stop me.
But I didn't think this would give Rob an impression opportunity.
Come on, Mr. Lee. But you can see him in the producer's room. Could we change bear to fox? I can do Basil Brush. I can't do a bear.
But they can't. Lee, they can't change what a Brazilian man once told you.
That is very true.
Oh, that was like something out of Poirot, wasn't it?
Did this happen in Brazil?
It was in Brazil, yes.
And what was the noise?
The noise was, I might have to take a little drink to do it properly. I can only stop a fox if I've got water.
Yeah.
Not many people know this, but the fox fears very few things.
It's true, you know.
But there is one animal.
That's my bushy tail.
There is one animal. Come on. That if a fox hears,
yes,
the tone is so weird to the fox, it will scare the fox. And that beast, if I may call it a beast, is the dolphin. And the noise that you make is simply the noise of the dolphin, which I will now demonstrate. The fox comes towards you, and a simple will stop the fox in its tracks.
Can I just ask you, why would you want to stop a fox in its tracks anyway? Foxes aren't aggressive. They don't run towards you.
Foxes are aggressive. They gnaw at our recycling box.
Well, can I just say, they don't gnaw at my recycling because I have a letterbox and this. They're off.
So was it a recycling gnawing scenario that the Brazilian man was giving you this technique in order
this
to
was
avert?
just one of those crazy drunken nights in Rio that I never forget. I'll never forget sitting there. I wasn't even talking particularly to this gentleman. No. He was smoking a big fat cigar, and he turned around to me and goes, "You know, if there's one thing that life has taught me, this will always stop a fox in its tracks." Well, and he did that. He blew the smoke into my eyes, and we slept together.
Truth or lie?
Lie.
It's a lie. OK, Lee. The suspense is killing us. Is it true?
It is, in fact, a lie. Every time I make a cup of tea, I pretend I'm in the World Darts final and test out my skill at throwing the tea bag in the cup.
David's team.
That's not exactly what you have to do in darts, is it? How far away from the cup do you stand to throw the bag?
I do exactly 4 paces, but large paces. So, Rob, about 6 paces.
And what sort of tea bags do you favour?
Oh, the old David Mitchell chat-up line. The tea bag of preference
Do you
is...
use a pyramid bag?
No.
Or a frisbee-like Tetley affair?
The little round ones, the round ones. Because as we all know, if you're going to try and throw a pyramid-shaped tea bag into a cup at 4 paces, well, you're an idiot. We all know that.
What's your success rate?
About 1 in 10. The way I do it is this. So you get 3 tea bags, you take your 4 paces, and then you do a little bit of a, you know, psych yourself up, pretend it's the World Darts Final, give yourself
have a pint of bitter.
Yeah, you know, put on a bit of weight, yeah. Get the tea bag and then give myself a bit of pressure by saying to myself, here he is, Lee Mack. He needs to get 1 tea bag into the cup to become the World Darts Champion. Can he do it?
If you get it in the cup, do you then say 180?
No, because there's only 1, so I just go, 1! But I usually end bit, I go, 1 tea! And then I'll throw 3, and then I'll go back and I'll gather the 3, and I'll do it again, and then I'll give myself 1 final throw of 3s.
This sounds remarkable, and
Well,
we're all now picturing it, aren't we?
Yeah.
In our minds. How lovely it would be if we had a mug.
Well, that's the thing.
And if we had some tea bags, and if the mug, for example, got popped just on the desk there. Why don't you put it
Whoa,
there?
that is far more than 4 paces.
Yeah, you've got to come over here. You come over here.
I tell you what, after this, we're going to forget all this truth and lies stuff. This is a much better game.
Right. So what I do is I go up to the cup like that, and I'll sort of do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I'll often do this. I'll look to my right, might put the kettle on, get it ready, and I'll often look to the left and go, Rob, get out of the kitchen. And I'll go like that. I'll go, Heston, the beans are burning. You were in charge of them. David, put some clothes on. And then I will... The trick is to get... You can't squeeze too hard because you split the bag.
Oh, I know.
The trick is to give the tea bags a little shake, and then you've got to get them compact. I mean, it's a bit disgusting, but a real little trick is if you've got sweaty palms, you'll get a bit more, you know what I mean? A bit more
I've got sweaty palms.
Yeah, but I don't want you, because I've got to drink the tea.
Oh, right. You're
not always going to be there for me, are you?
I am.
At least say you're not, David. And then you put it onto your head.
Lee, just say, you've obviously got quite a large kitchen.
Well, no, because now I'm now in the living room.
But you just said the kettle's there.
Yeah, no, I keep my kettle in the living room. I'm old school. Why get up to make a cup of tea? You put it next to your sofa. I'm not an idiot. Right, and then you do that. You get it on your head like this.
Yeah.
Like that, and then you do that. I'll tell you what, when it hits the cup, it's a lovely noise. Now, at this point at home, I'll be going, because look at this. This is actually turning into an event now. And then I'll go, Lee Mack, he's only got 6 tea bags left to become the world champion. He's going to have to make sure that this one goes in, otherwise Joggy Wilson will be in.
Lovely. Well, there we are. So what are you going to say then, David?
Well, the thing is, it is difficult now, because whether or not it's true, he's definitely going to do it from now on. As am I. Do you think it's a lie?
I'm not sure.
I think it's true.
Well, I think we're going to say true.
You're going to say it's true. OK, Lee, truth or lie?
It was, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. Lee does pretend he's in the World Darts Final every time he makes a cup of tea.
The first time Westlife sang on Top of the Pops, Louis Walsh made sure we stood up from our stools at the right time by hiding in the crowd and waving a banana above his head.
Lee's team.
What song were you singing?
It was our first #1.
Which was?
Swear It Again.
Swear it again.
Swear it again. I know it. I'm
sure you do.
So you're on a stool. I'm imagining you're on a stool, so you're doing a ballad.
Yes. All the Westlife songs are ballads, Lee.
Why did he not say to you, when you get to a key word in the song, all stand up? Why can he not trust you to do that?
Don't you know that songs are extremely repetitive?
Oh, I know yours are. No, I'm sorry.
That's what makes them work.
I'm joking.
They were moving.
I know, I'm a
They were
massive
all of
Westlife.
it.
I'm not in any way saying I wasn't. I'm simply saying, why couldn't you stand up at the key word to the song? Why couldn't he say to you, oh, I see what you mean, because you're saying the same words over and over again.
It's like there's a certain point that he wanted us to do it, but like I think the problem when it was for us is like, well, you know, you're so nervous, you're on top of the pops for the first time, and we were #1.
In top of the pops world,
yeah,
I remember they always had really trendy people dancing to make the whole thing look sort of cool.
Yeah.
Did Louis look? Was he dressed trendily? Did he fit in with the audience? Was he dancing?
It was like behind the camera.
It was behind. It wouldn't be in front of the camera waving a banana, would it?
I thought he was in front of the camera waving a banana.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
He wasn't
Because
doing that.
Because
he wasn't. He'd never
if
do
everyone
that.
can see the cue, you might as well shout, "Get off your stool!" That would do the same thing.
But how did he cover it in case you were looking in the camera rather than looking behind the cameras?
No, you can see a banana.
You'd see a banana.
Vision.
Look out to the back of the crowd there, Bob. If someone was to hold up a banana, do you think you'd see it?
Mark,
Hold it, there we are.
Somebody is.
Somebody is doing it.
Oh my God!
Off the stool. That is bizarre.
Why don't we try and recreate the moment?
I agree.
Okay? So here's what would happen. The three of you would go out front. Not yet.
No! Out front?
And you'd lean...
I'm not wearing any trousers!
And you'd lean on the desk. And when I wave my banana in the air, you three will stand up together.
Yay!
One for you.
Thank you.
One for you. Enjoy it, David. Round to the front.
Come on, lads. I think I should be in the middle.
Oh, you want
yeah,
to be
no,
in the
by
middle?
all means. Please, I will cede the
Bobby.
captaincy for the...
I did spend 14 years on the side, you know, at least I should be in the middle now.
Are you going to wave the banana?
I tell you what, the girl who's got the banana can wave the banana. OK, so here they are, a newly formed Westlife with You Raise Me Up.
Watch out for the banana.
Yeah, I am doing.
You raise me up.
Well done, yeah. Well done. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Well... Lee, what are you thinking? Was it true? Did Louis do that?
You know when you think, I'm not sure, we need to see it again?
Yes.
Maybe we don't have the time.
Okay.
What's it going to be? Truth or lie?
Bob, what do you think?
Well, when I recorded my first shows I did on telly, my camera had a banana on it, so I knew what camera to look at. So I'm thinking maybe.
You think it might be true? Mel?
I think it's a lie.
OK, it's going to be a lie.
You're going to say lie?
Lie.
I'm worried
Okay.
now. Pressure.
Kian,
Pressure.
truth or lie?
It was, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. Louis Walsh didn't tell Westlife when to stand up by waving his banana at them.
I have a recurring dream in which a monkey in silver hot pants feeds me soup from a bowler hat.
Please, T.
Do you find primates attractive?
It's that primates find me attractive.
Well, we've seen that with Mickey earlier.
When was the first time you had this dream?
I've been having this dream since adolescence.
OK, what kind of monkey is it?
I don't know exactly what type. It's a bit like a capuchin monkey. It's quite small.
Are they the ones with the frothy bit and the chocolate on there?
How does the dream affect you when you wake from a night having had this dream? Do you awake fulfilled? Are you a better... That's not what I meant, and you know that. Do you wake in a good frame of mind, or are you troubled?
I am satisfied. I am sated. I am replete.
Where are you in the dream when the monkey's... Is he feeding you, you say?
What are you wearing?
I don't notice that.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I never noticed that. It doesn't form part of the dream.
Do you think there's any amorous connotations to this dream? You know, you got the little Kylie Minogue hot pants on. Probably why you can't get it out of your head. And you've got...
So what do you think? Could this be true?
I think it's so brilliant, but I think Fiona might just be a fantastic liar.
She was very quick on her answers. I think it was...
True.
I think it's true.
Let's go true.
We'll go with true.
OK. Fiona Bruce, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh!
You did it Yes, a lie. Fiona doesn't have a recurring dream where a monkey in silver hot pants feeds her soup from a bowler hat. Next.
I once went skinny dipping with Sharon from EastEnders.
David C.
Where did you go skinny dipping?
Greece.
And why were you on the beach with a co-star of the show?
Well, we had gone on holiday together, and Tish was very worried. Because of photographers, you see, and every time a camera went off, there weren't phones then, but there were cameras, and there's a flash, Tish would think she was being photographed.
And we should say, June, that when you say Tish, that's Letitia Dean, who plays
that's right,
Sharon.
right.
So Letitia stripped off for this skinny
Why are you
dipping.
so interested in that? Why aren't you interested in me?
No,
So, when was this happening?
Well, it was about 1988, I'd say. It might have been 89.
Right.
And why did you decide to go swimming naked rather than wearing swimming costumes, as is conventional?
Because there was nobody else on this beach, except a lot of poles. Well, not... There were awaiting umbrellas.
Were you drinking?
No. She was driving.
She drove into the sea? My God.
What are you thinking, David?
Well, I think this is basically a plausible story. People have been nude in their life. Even I have, on occasion.
David, let's not, please. I'd like to sleep tonight.
Have you ever been skinny dipping, David? Is it something you've ever done?
No. Unless I pick up a card later that says I have.
Can I ask one more question? Do you mind? What factor sun cream did you wear as you went in?
I don't think I had any on.
It's not responsible, really,
Well,
is it?
Again, this isn't the one show. You're not presenting a feature on sun care.
OK.
Do remember, if you are popping in with your tinkle out, to cover up with a bit of sun cream. Anyway, Giles Brandreth has been investigating teddy bears. So what are you going to say? What do you think? Truth or lie?
What do you think?
If you're worried about cameras, it's not the first thing you think of. Let's go and find a beach and get our kit off and get in the sea in broad daylight.
Yeah.
So, I think lie.
Lie?
I would go with lie.
Lie. We think lie.
You think lie?
Lie.
OK. June, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Wow. Yes, that was true. June did go skinny dipping with Sharon from EastEnders.
I once had a holiday in a Frenchman's garage.
Can I check if this is a euphemism? Seriously, how old were you, roughly? I don't mean go. Oh, 17. 38? 30... Oh, this is quite recently.
Would it happened?
Yeah. So you're 38, right?
Yeah.
You're in France. Where was the garage?
France.
Whereabouts in France?
Northern France.
Whereabouts in northern France?
Brittany.
In Britain. So you ended up in Brittany.
Southern Brittany.
Southern Brittany.
Okay.
And you
the northern end of southern Britain.
Oh, that's just south of mid-Brittany, isn't it?
Mid-Brittany.
Yeah.
What's the name of the town that you were in?
The town where I stayed in the Frenchman's garage
was
van.
You're in the van in the garage?
No. The town...
Is this how this mix-up happened? I want a holiday in a van.
Rod, let me speak to you as another Welshman. Maybe he'll understand me.
Ask me a nice specific question.
Did you book a holiday in a Frenchman's garage?
No, I once had a holiday.
When you arrived in the village or town called Van...
Yeah, Van, yeah.
Did you already know you will be staying in a garage?
No.
Were all the hotels booked?
No. We thought it looked nice in the brochure.
Who did?
Me and my partner.
Partner?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
Now wife.
Blimey, that was a quick 10 seconds.
OK. So you were going to Van.
We went to Van.
Right.
Went to a tourist information place to...
Because you hadn't booked anywhere.
We hadn't booked anywhere.
I'm with you.
Right. What happens at the tourist information place?
They said, what about this place? And we said, that looks nice.
Lovely.
The house with a nice pool.
Lovely.
Looked nice in the picture.
Yeah.
So we went there.
So you got there. And when you got there...
It was a garage.
The house was nice, but we were in the garage.
Was the garage decked out to look like a room, or was it just spanners and...
It looked like a room with a canoe on the side and a fuse box.
Am I old before my time? But
yes.
At 38, you don't go on a crazy, we're not going to book where we're going. At 38, you want to know where you're going. We've got a nice,
I'm with you,
comfy
Hal.
room. You know, if it is true, you totally deserve what happened to you.
I didn't say I didn't enjoy it.
So you like the sort of... It was a deliberate rough
No, it was
and
a
tough
disaster.
How long did you stay for in the garage?
2 weeks.
You stayed for 2 weeks? How much did you pay?
It was very reasonable.
I'm surprised! Did it have any windows in the garage?
No.
And you said there was a swimming pool?
Yeah, they had a swimming pool.
You were allowed to use it?
No.
I can't help thinking that what you're describing is more of a hostage scenario. And what about Mrs. Gilbert? She wasn't Mrs. Gilbert then, but how did she react? Because she's looking at you, Rod, a tall, strapping, handsome Welshman, what everyone dreams of. And you whisked her there. Was there not a little part of her that died that day when she saw what you expected her to
She wasn't very well, if I remember rightly.
Was it carbon monoxide or exhaust fumes? All right, Lee. It's a complex tale. What do your team think?
Absolute lie.
It's a lie?
Absolutely.
Really? Mm-hmm. Based on just the floundering?
Absolutely everything.
Like what? All right, it did have windows.
What are you thinking, Hal?
It's like he's throwing in things that seem so ridiculous.
No, but nobody would go and stay in a garage without windows.
But I think
they
he's gonna
wouldn't.
throw
You're
things
Kelly
like-
Hoppen, though, Kelly. He's Rod Gilbert. OK, what's it going to be, Lee? Truth or lie?
Lie.
Lie?
Lie.
Lie. I think it's true, but I'll go with my team and say it's a lie. You're
going to say lie? OK, Rod. Garage holiday in France. Truth
Garage
or lie?
holiday in the Frenchman's garage in Van. True.
Yes, it was all true. Rod did once have a holiday in a Frenchman's garage.